Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this call. It is Monday evening, 8 o'clock, and you know what that means. It means we're busy with Crypto Talk. Welcome to everyone. Welcome to this call. It's our privilege to host you tonight. And if we can ask you to go to the chat box and just type in the chat box, chat away. Tell us where you're watching from. Hello, Peter Maxwell. Hello, Joshua. Annalise, welcome everybody. David Porter, tell us where you're watching from. Just give us some indication where you're watching from. Don't tell us it's cold where you are, because we know that it's cold everywhere. But welcome to the school. Andre from Mossel Bay and Wayne from Durban. And Wayne, I'll be in Durban this weekend. I just learned today that I fly on Friday. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, I nearly forgot that. I have the privilege of visiting Durban this weekend. But it's not about that. My name's Daniel van Zyl, and it's my privilege to host Crypto Talk tonight. And tonight we have a packed program, and we have Jason that will share a little bit about the market, and we have Andre that will share a little bit about what he's learning. But before we get to Jason and Andre and what they're going to tell us tonight, and I know Jason will be all smiles because he had some green candles today to look at. So Jason, on that note, why don't you just say hello to everyone and show them what a green candle smile looks like?
Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, absolutely, Donnie. In the last 5 days, Bitcoin's gone up 35%, or $10,000. 5 days ago we were on 29, we're on 39 now. So yeah, we expected a move, but didn't expect such a big move, but we embrace it, we accept it. So yeah, we're smiling again.
Cool, thank you, Jason. Yes, we are smiling big time, and I agree with you. We expected some move, but I really listened to a lot of the guys in the market, and I decided that the move will be a week or two later. So yes, let me leave that out there. But Andre, why don't you say hello to the team?
Hello guys, hope everyone is well. Just this morning I spoke to Ed from Cape Town, and I said to him, this is the first morning in a long time that I felt happy because of what the market is doing. Because the market gets you, and every time there's a bit of bullish news and then it dumps again, and so far it's been good. So yeah, hope everyone is well and safe and happy for the market. Cool.
Cool, thank you, Andre, all the way from Mossel Bay. But tonight we're going to start with our guest speaker, our guest, and most probably I shouldn't call him a guest anymore, because he's so good for us in the community that he's visiting us about every 6 weeks. Maybe we should shorten those with being without you, but okay, about every 6 weeks he makes his appearance here, and everyone knows Richard. Richard is the CEO of AltcoinTrader. But he's so much more than the CEO. I mean, he is AltcoinTrader, and he is the guy that's part of the community, and he always humors us when we ask him to come talk to us, and the questions that we have, the questions that we ask, and lo and behold, not long, and then we see something happen on AltcoinTrader. And Richard, we are so excited with what you've done on AltcoinTrader, the expansions that you've allowed or built into AltcoinTrader. And I don't want to say too much tonight. I just want to thank you and say welcome to our call. It's an absolute privilege hosting you. And without further ado, do what you do so well and wow us. Welcome, Richard.
Donnie, thanks so much. I always appreciate the opportunity to just share with you guys, to hang out on a Monday night and to talk about crypto, talk about what I am passionate about. And yeah, thanks very much for that introduction. It's always nice to hear that I am appreciated. Tonight, guys, we're going to talk about XR, the South African stablecoin. We're going to talk about mass adoption. We're going to talk about interoperability, which is something that is very fascinating to me. We're going to talk about Matic, and then we're going to talk about some developments in AltcoinTrader, because I always like to just keep you guys up to date with what is going on. Now, I've been in the space for about 9 years, and very often when you see someone new, they come into crypto and they're like, you know, the banks are going to be out of business. Cryptocurrency is going to take over. The banks have got no chance. I'm always the guy that says, hey, hold on, Sparky. You know, we're probably not going to see this in our lifetime. It's going to take time. Nothing happens overnight. Cryptocurrency is very new. It's going to take a long time for us as a human species to adopt that. But lately, I've been thinking about something. There is a possible extinction event for the banks. Now, granted, it's not likely, but it's certainly possible. And I've thought that it's worth sharing. And just before I sign off, I'm going to tell you what that possible extinction event could be for the banks. This is something like what happened to the dinosaurs. And, you know, just on that note, the banking sector in South Africa hasn't been very crypto friendly. We've seen FNB cancel all the crypto accounts. We've seen Absa Bank cancel the crypto accounts. AltcoinTrader is privileged enough to be one of the only exchanges in the country with a Nedbank account. But there's rumors and there's grumblings that Nedbank is going to cancel our account. Granted, nothing has been said for sure, but the way I know this, I know how things go, and it looks like very soon Nedbank will also be exiting the crypto space. You know, sometimes you get that guy that says, or he said back in the 90s, I'm not going to use email. The post office has been delivering my letters successfully for 50 years. Why would I need to use email? And I guess with Nedbank's situation, if they are going to cancel our account, it's a simple case of if you're selling postage stamps and the guy next door to you is giving email courses, you'd also cancel their banking account. Anyway, I'll get on to that and I will share the story of the possible extinction event for the banks at the end of this video. But before we go to that, let's talk about interoperability. Now, a lot of the fundamentalists, the YouTubers, the influencers of this world have been telling us that the key to cryptocurrency is what we're going to see in the future, and that is interoperability. And I must be honest, I've never really fully been able to embrace and understand that concept because I was always thought like, how is Bitcoin and Ethereum, how's it going to work? But it's becoming very clear to me. Let me give you an example or another analogy if you like. You know, back when I was at school, someone was trying to explain to me the concepts of movies on demand. And I was like, oh, how does this work? Now, bearing in mind that computers and Netflix and that weren't around. So I was trying to think, how would the SABC be able to give us a movie if one guy wanted to start at 8 o'clock, one guy wanted to start at 8:05, one guy wanted to start at 8:10, and my brain couldn't comprehend how movies on demand would work. Obviously, fast forward a couple of years and it's obvious. I mean, like, you know, my kids are like, hey, why would you wait a whole week to watch a movie? That's just insanity. They, on the other hand, they can't conceptualize how everyone would wait till 8 o'clock on a Friday night to watch a certain program. And now that interoperability is starting to make sense to me, exactly as movies on demand make sense to me. Things become very clear when they are put into action, and when people that are a lot smarter than us actually start to roll these things out. So, and I'm going to just touch on interoperability very briefly, just to give you a broad-based picture so that you can understand where we're going, where we're heading, and what we can expect. So we know that we've had wrapped Bitcoin, and really what wrapped Bitcoin is you give your Bitcoin to a decentralized contract. That contract issues you a ERC20 token, which is called WBTC, and then you can do decentralized finance and you can take advantage of all the facilities on the Ethereum network, or you can actually use the Ethereum virtual machine with that wrapped token, and you still keep your Bitcoin and have the benefit of decentralized finance. So in the same way, we've got multiple chains. And these multiple chains, if we start looking at sort of the Ethereum type networks, we know that if you've got MetaMask, you can go and set up your MetaMask to work on the Binance chain. It's obviously already working on the Ethereum chain, but you can set it up on the Binance chain. Then you can go into decentralized exchanges like PancakeSwap. You can go into DeFi. You can go into platforms like Venus and earn interest. The same with Polygon or Matic. You can set up that network. It's a very, very easy process. And then you can start taking full advantage of everything on the Matic network. So why would you do this? Why is it of any value? Well, obviously, right now it's for scalability because Ethereum is just simply unable to cope with the amount of enthusiastic cryptocurrency DeFi people like myself, and therefore have pumped the fees through the roof. So what we're seeing is that, like you can have fees that are astronomical on Ethereum. Ethereum can't scale. Everyone says that it's not going to work for that. Never mind the fact that the fees are so high is because Ethereum is so successful. But then we get chains like Binance Chain, which is its own chain, but you get Polygon or Matic, which is a layer 2 solution, which is critical because it uses the security of Ethereum. It is also a side chain, so it's not only a layer 2 solution. It doesn't need to have Ethereum. By the fact that it's a side chain, you can actually use Polygon and Matic if Ethereum lost popularity. So it's a very, very successful chain. So what we're going to see, and as humans, we want to simplify things. Our brains are designed in a way that we want to know what is the coin that we're going to use, what is the coin that's going to win. Let us just buy that one and get rid of the rest. But it's not that simple. There are going to be multiple coins, just like there are multiple languages, just like there are multiple fiat currencies, multiple countries. There are going to be multiple cryptocurrencies. It doesn't mean one's going to be better than the other. They are all going to be very valuable. Now, of course, I say that with the caveat that we know 99% of projects are going to fail. I mean, we're looking at thousands. I think we passed the 10,000 cryptocurrencies listed on CoinMarketCap. So I'm talking about decent projects, real coins. They are all going to work. They're all going to be acceptable. Now, whenever I look at a coin, there's a couple of things that I like to consider before, showing some interest in that coin. And that is, first of all, is that coin a good project? Does it solve a problem? Second of all, technicals. Third of all, fundamentals. Fourth, tokenomics. And then fifth, and something that I've only recently started doing, and when I say recently, over the last 8 months, does it give you a yield? I mean, it's all good and well to buy a cryptocurrency, hope the price goes up. But in the meantime, I want to earn some yield. I want to earn some gains on that coin. Because just like putting your money in the bank, you can expect cryptocurrency to no longer be a static asset. You want it to be a dynamic asset that earns you yield. And then the final thing that I look at when I'm looking at a coin is adoption. I mean, is this coin making headway? Is it doing something in the crypto community? Is it getting adopted? Matic ticks all of those boxes. So let's just go through that. Is it a good project? Absolutely. We've seen over the last months, this coin has gone astronomically high. I mean, I started looking at this coin, started really paying attention with it, and I was a bit late to the party when it was 30 cents. It went up to about $2.70, and right now it's come back to about, over the last couple of, yesterday, I think it passed the dollar mark again. But under $1, this coin is an absolute steal. I believe that we are going to see some massive returns on this coin. Not because it's a coin that's going to be pumped, but because it is a coin that is so useful and it solves a real world problem. And that real world problem is the fact that it assists the Ethereum network. It doesn't compete with the Ethereum network. It assists the Ethereum network in solving the scalability problem. And that is worth a market cap of billions of dollars. Now, those of you know, the second point I mentioned was technicals. You know how I feel about technicals, so let's just forget about that and move straight on to the fundamentals. Okay, the fundamentals of this coin. First of all, I like to know what is happening with this coin. Is how many are circulating, what is happening, going over to the tokenomics. But just quickly back to the fundamentals. The fundamentals are this coin will solve the problem. This coin is a sound project that's been around for many years. It has been battle tested in many situations, and it has come out with flying colors. It has stood up fundamentally to being live and being active in real world applications. Tokenomics. Okay, so this coin, we have a max supply. That max supply is reasonably high. We're looking at 10 billion tokens, of which 6.3 billion have already been issued. So that's very positive for me because, first of all, we know that there's a lot of coins. More than half of the coins are out in the marketplace. They have been released, and the price is still going parabolic. In addition to that, there's still 3.9 or 3.7, whatever the numbers are, to be released. And if you're involved in staking, wanting those yields, you know that there's still ample coins, not only the fees, but you know that you're going to be able to earn additional coins. So the tokenomics, the fact that it has a capped supply, the fact that the team behind this project have put out exact specifications and we know what to expect, for me is incredibly bullish and a positive sign. Yield, there's multiple places where you can earn yield with Matic token. You know, you can earn it straight on the matic.wallet.network site. And there, the percentage is really good. I think it's around about 14% at this stage. It is quite, it's reasonably easy to stake there. You've got to go. The only downside to staking there is that if you want to recover your coins, there is a process that you have to wait, that you have to be patient with. It takes 7 to 10 days to recover your coins from the staking process. But other than that, it's simple to use. You keep custody of your coins, guys. That's a very important thing for me. If you are going to stake, if you're going to earn interest, and you can keep custody of your tokens so there's no third party, which we all know crypto is what crypto is about, is a plus point, and that you can do. Adoption with Polygon. So it's the Polygon network and it's the Matic token. They have recently rebranded. You know, they were always just called Matic. Now it's Polygon Matic. So those words can be used interchangeably, but we're referring to Matic as the token. It's like Ethereum. This is the token that makes the network run. It's the token that you pay the fees on. So it is the main token on that network, if I can put it that way, for simplicity's sake. It has got over 500 dApps that have adopted the network. And these are big players in the market, big players in the traditional financial decentralized DeFi space. You know, we're talking about Aave, we're talking about Curve, we're talking about a number of the big players. And these players are all offering rewards if you use the Matic aspect of their platform. Like Aave and Curve, if you stake your coins there, and it doesn't matter what coins you stake there, they give you additional rewards in the Matic token. So Matic has successfully gone out there and they have managed to corner many, many developers, many applications. They have got a reasonably good platform for developers. They are trying to encourage developers with reasonable documentation and ease of use. And then, of course, the team behind Matic is also very important, and they are extremely energetic. They are constantly negotiating. They have multiple solutions for single problems. I mentioned earlier that they are not only a layer 2 solution, but they are also a sidechain. And we don't see this multi-pronged approach from many of the protocols that are assisting with scaling on the Ethereum network. So that for me is very bullish, and I've liked Matic for a long time, and I like what it does, how it is going to solve interoperability. So now that I've spent some time just explaining why I'm so excited about this coin, a lot of you may or may not know that Matic is going live on AltcoinTrader at around about 11 o'clock tomorrow. So a bit of warning here, guys. I don't know if you've noticed this, but whenever a coin lists on AltcoinTrader, within the first couple of hours, the price goes insane. It goes far too high, right? So if you are going to buy it, maybe just take a step back, relax, and buy it a day or two later. But having said that, of course, with the current sort of mini bull run that we've just entered from today, who knows what the price will be tomorrow. So it's a really tricky thing to advise. I'm just going to quickly share my screen to show you guys one or two things here. Let's just see if I can successfully do that.
You are co-host, Richard, so you should be able to.
I should be able to share my screen. I'm sure I will be able to get that right in a second. Okay. But guys, what I'm going to be showing you when I finally figure out how to share my screen is I want to show you that XR, the South African stable coin, which is, in my opinion, the most trusted coin in South Africa as far as a stable coin goes. You can buy Matic on the Quick Swap platform. So what I'm trying to get to is, if you don't have Matic at the moment, and I've just said that it normally goes up dramatically and you can share it, you can use it. I'm just going to go, yeah. Is my screen successfully sharing? Just give me a thumbs up there. Okay.
I can see your screen. Thank you, Richard.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so if we go to the XR website, so guys, it's probably a good idea just to keep your eye on this website every couple of weeks, just so that you can be kept up to date with what is happening with XR, the South African stablecoin, because it is constantly evolving. There's many projects. I'm just going to go to the projects here, and we can see that we've got, these are the Ethereum projects. We can see a lot of things happening here. Polygon or Matic, we can see here, if we go to QuickSwap, and if we click on this link, QuickSwap Exchange, it'll bring up QuickSwap. Now, QuickSwap is the main decentralized exchange on the Polygon network. So in other words, if it was Ethereum, we'd be talking about Uniswap. If it was Binance Chain, we'd be talking about PancakeSwap. Now we're talking about Polygon, so we talk about QuickSwap. They all work very, very similar. In fact, they're all clones of the code. So one guy wrote the code, and it's been reused because it is open source. If we put in there one Matic, we can see that currently Matic, you can buy it at 1651. So if you don't have and you want to try and get involved with tomorrow when it launches at 11 o'clock and maybe sell those when everyone's going mad and buying it at high price, this might be an option to you. Remember, it's not definite that people are going to be buying at a stupidly high price, but we have seen that over and over again whenever we launch a coin. And the more liquidity we've got on, the more people that are selling, the quicker the price gets brought down to a normal price. Alternatively, if you want to just skip out on all the excitement and commotion and madness, wait a couple of days and buy the coin. So back to the XR website, as you can see, we are going to be putting XR on the Binance Smart Chain, which is going to open a host of alternatives for trading, for arbitrage, and you'll be able to trade with Binance with XR on PancakeSwap. So guys, if we quickly talk about arbitrage and we think about what could possibly happen, and this is not going to only happen tomorrow, but a week's time, a month's time, you might see that Matic is selling on AltcoinTrader for, let's call it 20 Rand a coin. And you can buy it on this decentralized exchange for 16 Rand a coin. It just makes sense to go and buy a couple of coins here, sell them on AltcoinTrader, make a profit. By the same token, if it is selling on AltcoinTrader for 12 Rand and you can buy it here for 16 Rand, it would make sense to move those coins out of AltcoinTrader into your MetaMask wallet, sell them on QuickSwap, and make some profit with the arbitrage opportunity. Now, this opportunity is not only restricted to QuickSwap Exchange, it is also available on Uniswap, on all of the projects that I've shown you here, and it will be increased when it is launched on Binance Smart Chain. So this is not only Matic and XR, you could do Ethereum on the Polygon network. You could do other coins on the Polygon network, any of the coins that are listed on AltcoinTrader. So the reason I'm highlighting that is because I'm bringing back the point of interoperability. So we have Ethereum on the Binance Smart Chain. We have Ethereum on the Matic or Polygon network. We have Ethereum on its native Ethereum network. Already there's 3 different types of Ethereums that you can have. And if you compare those on every network and take advantage of the price differences, arbitrage becomes a very real opportunity. And these price differences will be highlighted every time there is spike or a dip in the cryptocurrencies. And you can make money arbitraging in both directions. So if the price plummets, it means you can get Ethereum at a good price and sell it at a high price. If the price increases, it means you can get it at a lower price and sell it at a high price, depending which way you want to play it. There's a little bit more complexity to it, but it is a very real opportunity. There's lots of people that are currently doing it. It helps provide liquidity on the exchange and on the decentralized exchanges. I don't think, and think is the operative word, we're breaking any laws, because even though you're trading on a decentralized exchange, it is a coin that is native to South Africa, and essentially those assets are not leaving our borders. But there's a lot of unanswered questions with what is legal and what is not legal in cryptocurrency, and we're hoping to get clarity in that in the weeks and months to come. So guys, let's get back to the possible extinction event for a bank. If you remember when I started talking, I said that I was always the guy that said, hey, it's not going to happen in our lifetime. We have to just wait. We will see in time to come that cryptocurrency will start to grow. We'll have these two financial systems running in parallel. We'll have the traditional financial system. We'll have the alternative financial system. And our grandchildren might get to a point where finally the fiat or the traditional financial system is phased out, but we wouldn't see it. But now there's something that I've considered. And as I said previously, it's not likely, but it certainly is possible. And I'm going to play this scenario through with you step by step. We have seen that Facebook has tried to launch LibraCoin, essentially wanting to become the biggest bank in the world. The regulators shut them down. They didn't like it at all. Okay, so now Facebook is trying to find different ways that they can launch their stablecoin. If Facebook, and just work with me here, we've been hypothetical, successfully launched a coin, whether a stable coin or a trading coin or any coin that we could consider currency, that would open up bank accounts to billions of people around the world. And if every single bank had to say to the exchanges, we no longer want to bank you, Facebook, being the biggest bank in the world or having a stable coin that everybody would want to get their hands on. Because remember, this would open up the avenues for grandma, grandpa, people that don't know anything about cryptocurrency might want this Facebook money. And the way we know Facebook, the way we know they deal with adoption, they would make it simple and easy for people to buy it, for people to transfer it, and people would start to use it. We could then, as exchanges, as the entire crypto community, take that as an on-ramp. In other words, allow people to fund their accounts with the money that we're getting from the Facebook stablecoin. Once that started to happen, the only pillar that would be left unturned would be that you wouldn't be able to buy groceries with this currency. It would all be online, it'll all be virtual currencies. Now, the way that the capitalist system is created, we know that if someone has an opportunity to make money and to start an innovative business, they will do it. That is just our human nature. So we just need one or two people to start opening shops where they say, okay, you can pay in either cryptocurrency, or if they don't like cryptocurrency, you can pay in the Diem, which is the Facebook coin that they are trying to launch. And once that final pillar falls, there is no need for anyone to use fiat currency again. So this is a possible extinction event for the banking and the traditional financial system. We just need one of these factors to push through. It's like the traditional financial system is now hanging on a thread, and there are possible potential extinction events that are lurking for them. And hence the reason that the banking sector is getting so edgy with crypto. It's a very touchy situation. It's a volatile situation for both the crypto industry and the traditional financial system. We always knew that they would one day maybe come to an head, but I never thought that there would be a possible extinction event like this. And that's just one of many that I've thought of. Maybe we'll share more in the weeks when I share on this crypto talk, on this Monday evening talks. But take some time to think about it. It is possible. Granted, not likely at this stage, but the pillars are being put in place for this to happen. So if you guys want to just have a quick read, there is some rumor, which I don't base much fact on. I've just shown you here on AltcoinTrader. We do have a blog that we put out every week, sometimes 2 weeks. But will Facebook partner with Polkadot? It's possible. Doesn't mean they will. But in either event, it's irrelevant. If Facebook successfully launch a coin, I'm not even talking about a cryptocurrency, it could change everything we know about the financial system. Guys, with AltcoinTrader, we've got 1 or 2 things that we are trying to get done, and we are having a huge push for easy loans. That's something that I've been promising for a long time. I'm almost at the point where I think that I'm letting down a lot of the community because this project hasn't launched. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. There's also some legal aspects which we've had to tackle, but we are so close. And I know I keep saying we're so close, but it is going to launch, and it is going to be a way for you to retain your assets and then be able to be liquid with your finances at the same time. It's an absolute game changer, in my opinion, something that I really want to bring to the community. I'm going to leave it at that, Donnie, that's all I have for you guys this evening.
Thank you, Richard. Much appreciated. If you can stop sharing your screen, it will be.
Took me a while to figure out how. Okay, I think
okay, I will override it. I will do it on your behalf for you. I didn't want to do it earlier because I was afraid that you're still going to show something. Thank you, Richard. What an interesting talk. And you always bring something out of the ordinary to the table. And thank you very much. Tonight again, you made me think along a different avenue, and I truly like that. But before I let you go, and we're going to ask Jason and Andre to share with us what they think about crypto a bit later. But before we go there, Lee Mitchell, I see that she's on the call. She said in a WhatsApp today that we have to ask you whether AltcoinTrader is going to introduce a stop loss on the AltcoinTrader platform. And Richard, you heard me.
Okay, so Donnie, let me answer that question like this. I am personally going to go and bring up this topic again tomorrow in our technical meeting. It's a topic that's been brought up a couple of times, but it's never been driven through. But because of the input from Lee, from you, I'm going to renew this discussion, and let me see what I can do. I'm thinking maybe what we'll do is we'll get the stop losses and we will trial them on a smaller coin just to sort of test them and get them working, and then possibly bring them out. There's always been some concerns about bringing them out. You know, if you've got low volume, you can blow through a stop loss. But I think that we have actually worked out some ways around that. So your words are not falling on deaf ears, let's put it that way. Tomorrow, I will go and I will discuss this, and it'll be one of the topics in our technical meeting. And hopefully we can get it done for you guys.
Cool. Thank you, Richard. That's what we always get from you. And I'm going to allow the people in the room to unmute. And Andre, I've seen you've been unmuted to ask Richard something when he was close to his end of his talk. Andre Smith, will you unmute and ask, or were you just too quick on the trigger?
You know, I was really quick on the trigger.
Okay. Now I thought you had this clever question for Richard, but Jason, will you please tell us where we at in the market?
Yeah, sure. So I started off earlier by saying that Bitcoin has gone up by $10,000 in the last 5 days, which represents 35%. But more importantly, in the last 24 hours, we've gone up by 12%. And that is largely due to what is called a short squeeze. So what a short squeeze is that the herd has been betting that Bitcoin would drop, you know, to lower levels. They were talking about 24,000. Some people were talking about 20,000. So the herd was betting that we would drop, but we didn't drop. Price actually moved up from 29 right up to 35,000 on Saturday. And by that time, those short people that had shorted Bitcoin were very close to stop loss level. And what happened was that when it went past 35, stop losses started getting triggered. And in order to close a short, they would have to buy Bitcoin back. So we had all these shorts being activated, and we had a flurry of buyers coming in to close their shorts, and that caused the price to shoot up like it has. So I just want to share with you quickly what it looked like on the Binance futures chart. And Don, if you can tell me if you can see my chart there.
Yes, you're on, Jason.
Okay, so what I'm looking at here is the Bitcoin USDT futures chart on Binance and on the daily. And we can see a massive candle here that went right up to $48,000 on the futures market. So if we just have a look here, a lot of the short were taking positions around about 30,000. So they were taking positions here, and they were betting that this market was going to go drop down now to 24. But what happened? The market started moving up, and it got to a key resistance line here at 35,000 on Friday. And what would a person that's shorting do? They would put their stop loss just above this key resistance line. And you can see here what exactly happened once it crossed that line. We had this one massive candle. I'm going to go to even smaller time frames. In a space of 2 hours, it went from 35,000 right up to 48,000. So all these stop losses got triggered here, one after each other, that forced this price to move up like it did. And that is called a short squeeze. Now, in dollar terms, in a 12-hour space, there was $800 million liquidated. And in 24 hours, they're talking about $1 billion being liquidated. So there's a lot of traders that are feeling pain today because they're betting that this market will go down. And we've seen this a number of times where the herd bets on a price gain one way, but the market does the opposite. And once again, you've seen that. So what do we see going forward here as far as Bitcoin is concerned? And I'm just going to go and look at the Bitstamp chart. We're currently at 40,000 right now. The next key resistance is here at 41,400. We have moved up quite quickly. So my view is that we're going to hit a resistance here. We need to come back and retest this breakout at 35, 36 level, but before moving up again. So I expect another day or two of green and then a retrace before moving up again. Remember that the market cannot move up in one straight line. It has to come back and retrace and test levels before moving up again. So that is in short, Donnie, what has happened in the crypto market. And then obviously the news that came out, I think it was on Friday, is around Amazon. Amazon has showed an interest into cryptocurrency and blockchain. They actually have put a notice out on the vacancy board for an expert in that field. And they are investigating actually accepting Bitcoin later on in the year, which has also fueled this movement in Bitcoin up in the last couple of days. So all positive news coming out of late, Donnie.
Cool. Thank you, Jason. And I could not have explained that short squeeze better than that. So thank you for that. And thank you for always contributing. Jason, our crypto subject matter expert on crypto trading at the Crypto School. Thank you for that. But we also have a protege, little Andre, who's every week learning something new. And Andre is sharing with us what he's learning. And when I talked to him earlier today, he said, you know what, with what market has done last week, I didn't learn that much. And over the weekend, I was so busy with what's happening in the market that I didn't learn a lot. I said, well, you have to go find that one little thing that you learned to share with us tonight. So Andre, please unmute yourself and tell us what you learned this week.
Yeah, guys. I said to him, Donnie, earlier. Sorry, I'm not gonna say Wim. I said to Donnie earlier that my mom is gonna hit me if she hears me. Anyways, what I said was like I'm gonna sound stupid because I'm gonna sound like I try to be smart if I speak too much. But anyways, here goes nothing. So I don't know if you guys recently noticed that what has been pumping in the market was NFTs. And not only NFTs, but gaming NFT tokens. So I went and searched because I couldn't find anywhere where I can find the gaming NFT tokens. But I actually discovered it today. So it's actually quite easy. So I'm just gonna go to CoinGecko. You can go to CoinMarketCap as well. And here you'll see here's an area, all categories. So if you click there, you can go search. So I just searched. Okay, so I'm gonna find it there. I found it recently. Yeah, here it is. Here you can see gaming. So when I click on that, it will show me the top gaming tokens. So what I went and did is I went and took most of this tokens and I went and added to my trading view some of my gaming NFT so that I can chart it and see what's going on with it so that I don't miss out on the pumps and stuff. So what I want to show you guys is when you create a new list. So I'm just going to create a new list, test, and this is something I just want to show you guys. Then you can add any token. Bitcoin, you can ethereum, XTZ. What I want to show you guys now is, so here, wait, let me just, yeah, anyways, so here I created this, but now I want to share this what do you call it, this channel with someone. So you can just click on that 3 dots on the side and go and say export list. And when you click on export list, it will actually bring up the tokens you actually added. So I'm going to clear this list because I did the test run. So when you send that file, it's a text file. When you send that file to someone, they can actually import that list. So I export a list previously. So I'm just going to click on import list. Then I go to the file. There you'll see test. And when I open it, this is what I added previously. So this is just something small that's helpful. If you want to share a what do you call it, a list with someone, you can just export it. One thing you should know is that it won't add the charting you did. It will only add the tokens. So that's just something small. And thank you, Donnie, and thank you, Richard. Thank you for all that you've done for us. And yeah, great guys. I hope you have learned something.
Cool. Thank you, Andre. Richard, I trust that you heard that he upgraded you to Richard. So thank you, Andre. And thank you for coming to share with us every week. And I found it interesting to see how someone track through their learning curve. And Andre, you have an amazing learning curve. So thank you for what you bring to the party. And we will always do that. So I'm gonna allow the participants in the room to unmute. If there's someone, I've seen various questions being asked, but I've seen Lizal of Altcoin always on the call. Thank you, Lizal. You answered immediately. Thank you, Richard. Is there anything else on the chat box that you picked up that you would like to answer? I'm going to allow the participants to unmute if there's someone that would like to ask you something. But if there's something that you would still like to add, Richard? You must be unmute before you talk, Richard, please. My lip reading is not up to speed. I will look like that lady next to the president when he talks.
I'm just looking through the questions. Yeah, I'll try and answer them all individually in the chat. Yeah. some of them I don't really fully understand. But yeah, if anyone's got verbal questions, let me shoot with those so long.
Yeah,
Cool. Ed, you are unmuted. Edmund?
Hi, good evening, Dani. And
Yeah.
good evening, Richard. Richard, great talk as always. And, you know, we really value you when you come on our Monday night talk. Richard, I have two questions. Firstly, the approach by the regulators these days, you know, we saw with Binance, it's quite harsh all over the world. Are you finding the same in South Africa? Firstly, that's the one part. The other part is we saw that SARS have asked you for, you know, information, you know, about, or you've sent out a letter. I think, or you or Luna have sent out a letter to clients asking about to disclose some of the information. Is that something that you also received, you know, from the regulators or from SARS? And then lastly, the Amazon development that is in the process. In your view, is that a game changer in the world of crypto?
Ed, that's actually three good questions, and I think I've got some good answers there on especially the first two. So that letter that you referred to, first of all, it was a joint letter that came out from AltcoinTrader, Luno, and Valar, the three big exchanges. And it was just a courtesy letter to notify the public that SARS had actually approached us and asked us to reveal information. Just so you know what we are doing for you guys as exchanges, we actually challenged SARS on that and said to them, guys, we don't feel that everything you're asking is totally right and legal. We took a legal opinion. And when I say we, I'm talking about us as a conglomerate, as the three exchanges, and our attorneys all advised that we better give SARS the information because it is within their right to ask. So yes, regulation is coming. SARS is asking for information, and legally we are obliged to give it. SARS has since then given a second letter requesting more information. So once again, we're going through the whole process. We're going, is this information something that SARS is allowed to ask for? And once again, we've already got back feedback from our attorneys saying, once again, you will probably have to give this additional information. So SARS is asking for information. The regulators are looking. At this stage, SARS and the Reserve Bank have assured us that they are not asking for this information to go after individuals to see who has and who hasn't paid their taxes, but that will come in the future. The reason they're asking for this information is because they are trying to understand what is happening in the crypto economy in South Africa. The second, so I think maybe I've answered both questions there. If you know, so the regulation is coming. We are going to have to comply. As far as Amazon goes, it is absolutely a game changer. To the best of my knowledge, when I was last updated, they had simply posted a vacancy that they were looking for crypto experts. I don't know if there's been any development from there, but I think we have got to a situation where tech giants have got no option but to accept cryptocurrency. Not accepting cryptocurrency and not becoming part of this alternative financial system is a death blow to any business. And these tech giants are smart. They didn't get to where they are by not taking advantage of every opportunity available. So I think that we can brace ourselves and we can expect mass adoption from many of the sectors because no one's going to want to fall behind. And this is a game changer. Adoption is something we've been waiting for a long time. We're seeing it unroll in front of our eyes. And this is going to once again cause the crypto price to, you know, go parabolic. And we are going to see exciting things happen. This is the birth of the alternative financial system. So whatever we're expecting, I would encourage people to higher their expectations because big things are going to happen.
Awesome. Thank you, Richard. I think that was well answered. Ed, I trust that you're happy. Andre, I see that you unmuted again.
Yeah, just two things regarding them doing some research and wanting to know more information regarding crypto. Isn't that a good thing because they're actually busy accepting it? And then the other thing I want to know is, like, there's this thing, like, if you send over 1 million, I think, overseas, that's illegal, and you have to go to the bank to ask for more to pay overseas. If we put that in AltcoinTrader, does that still counts as going overseas, or like if you buy Ethereum or Bitcoin, whatever, on AltcoinTrader, does that still mean it's going overseas, or you're taking money out of South Africa?
Okay, to answer that, so certainly if you put any amount into AltcoinTrader or any local exchange for that matter, and you buy crypto and you trade and you sell and you withdraw, the Reserve Bank, the regulators do not consider any funds have left the country. So if you had to buy Bitcoin and send it to Binance, that is what they are saying is now funds that have exited the country. So there's a lot of things, and we feel that that is not really an acceptable way to stop people, because what the Reserve Bank have said, and this makes absolutely no sense. If you send 1 Bitcoin out, you've sent X amount of money out of the country. If you bring that Bitcoin back, you've brought nothing back into the country, which not only does not make legal sense, it doesn't make logical sense. So they were going to have to answer that, and they're going to have to bring a better answer to that current situation. But I did post a video on my YouTube channel, which you guys can go and watch, which is radsact.co. It's YouTube/radsact. And you'll see where I've pointed out where the regulators have put on their website in the frequently asked questions that clearly states it is illegal to send cryptocurrencies to an international exchange. So at this stage, you are still allowed to send it to your wallet or to your MetaMask, but to send it to an external exchange or international exchange is, according to those frequently asked questions, illegal. But some of the other queries, of course, if you are allowed to send out R1 million per year without making application for it, why are you not allowed to send out 2 Bitcoin at the current price? So a lot of unanswered questions. Once again, we are asking the regulators for clarity, and hopefully we're going to get some clarity on that in the next weeks or months. One more point before I just close this, and this is, in my opinion, very important. The exchanges in South Africa have caused a massive inflow of funds into our country. So we have not let funds go out of our country, because we all know that with Eskom's prices, the cryptocurrency, the billions of rands were not mined here. We know that for a fact, right? So that means that we have attracted that into the country. And in my opinion, and I'll say this tongue in cheek, the regulators should be thanking us for bolstering the economy and attracting international investment, instead of trying to stop the river and stop that outflow, because as soon as you stop that outflow, the unintended consequence is you're going to stop the inflow. So, we're hoping to get clarity. We're hoping to create a situation where they see it from my standpoint. I don't know if that's possible, but we're working on it.
Cool. Thank you, Richard. And thank you for working on it on behalf of all of us. We really appreciate that. And for you to always be open, congruent, and bring to the table what is actually happening out there when you sit in the meetings. Thank you for that. And we as a community really appreciate that. And please take that message back to your board and tell them that we appreciate what you guys are doing for us in the crypto space. So, ladies and gentlemen, I see no more questions. Marius, you have joined. Marius was caught up in another meeting. And Marius, I see that you have joined us now. Are you going to say hello to the team?
Yes, Daniel, thank you. No, I missed about 20 minutes, but I'll catch up. So, Richard, thank you for being here. And I so love what the whole conversation was all about, and that big question of Lee of when can we expect stop losses on AltcoinTrader, because most of, or 99% of the money that flows to Binance is because of the traders, and we need to trade. So if the stop losses, that function can be implemented in AltcoinTrader, you will see a lot of traders staying in AltcoinTrader and not being or us needed to take our money to Binance. So Richard, great. Thank you for a great talk again. I will definitely teach or go and listen to the stuff that I missed.
Cool. Thank you, Marius. Richard, there's someone asking the criteria for AltcoinTrader to add the crypto to EasySafe. Will we see Matic on EasySafe soon, or with the Polygon coming on, will you add Matic to EasySafe soon, or will that take some time?
Donnie, we will certainly look at adding Matic. I mean, I think it's basically a no-brainer. The returns on Matic are really great. And, you know, as AltcoinTrader, we like to pass any gains that we can possibly make back onto the community. So what we normally do, just so that you know how we work, is we will take the Matic and we'll start trying to stake with it, experiment with it, and start to try and earn a little bit of a buffer. And then a month or 6 weeks down the line, we open it to the public. And we know that we've got the funds so that we can pay them out in case something happens with our staking. And that's really the way we normally work. So yes, I think it is something that you can look forward to seeing on EasySafe in the near future.
Cool. I see that Ambrosius is asking about easy loans, and you sort of answer that, that it will happen soon, but we will wait for your timelines.
Yes. Just having said that, Donnie, let me throw back things. AltcoinTrader is currently looking for any good coders. We're constantly looking for developers, because the more developers we have, the quicker we can roll these projects out to the community. So if you are a coder, if you are a programmer, please, you know, send us an email at careers@AltcoinTrader, and we would really like to, you know, look at bringing you on board if you are able to do some decent work and some coding. Now, guys, having said that, we don't have any other positions. In fact, we have got too many marketing people, too many support staff, too many any other thing. But if you are a programmer and a coder, well, that is what we're looking for. And if you can come on board, maybe I can launch these projects and these things that we promised the community quicker.
How easy is that to throw it back to the community? Thank you, Richard. How clever and cunning was that? So thank you, Richard. We'll see the coders putting up their hands. But guys, girls, these are coders, not anyone looking for a job, not anyone that has done 2 trades before in their life. It's not trading, it's coding. So thank you, Richard. I'm going to round robin everyone for a last